Alright, so the first step is to find a specific type of song or songs, Riddim songs, on SoundCloud. And you're going to sample these. So what you want to look for is songs that are really simplistic, nothing too overly complicated. And then you want to listen for sections that have the bass without any drums or sound effects. So this is the one that I used in my Riddim song. So this is the end. So you can hear it's just the bass by itself. And most of the samples that I used in my song were just from this, but I also used, I think, like a couple from one other song. So it's just good to try to get a variety of different basses and so sections that don't have drums behind the basses, so that you can have a nice variety and give it that really like nice back and forth flow change up in rhythm. So once you have the song that you want to sample, you download it through the Documents app. I'll go over that again really quickly. So you just copy the link, go to Documents, Google SoundCloud to MP3. This is the one that I use. And then convert the track into an MP3. Then once it's downloaded, download it to your phone. Then go to, in Documents, go to Downloads right here. Press these three little dots underneath the file. Right there. And move it to iCloud. And this is what allows you to use it in GarageBand. So then when you have your song or songs downloaded in iCloud, go to GarageBand, go to the sampler, and press import here in the very top right corner. Go to Files, Browse from Files app, Documents by Riddim. Then right here in the very top left corner, that's the sample. So you just press on it. It'll take a couple seconds to download it. Then, so these are all the samples that I have taken from YouTube or SoundCloud. So then go to the song that you sampled, which is right here. So at the very top right here, just press that arrow. This will import it into GarageBand. So now it's a keyboard. So then what you do is, this is what I do. I know the section that I'm going to use is just here at the end, but the way I got the rest of the samples is turn it into an audio file. So basically, the way I do it, just to save time, is add just like a stupid amount of bars so that it's really long, so you can just fit the entire song. Change the tempo. And what was really cool about this one is it was already in 140 tempo exactly, so when I chopped it, it came out really clean, but that's not necessary. That was just lucky. So then turn on sustain, then record it. And you can just do a short little section. So rather than having to press down or record the entire song through sustain, just stretch the part that you recorded out to the very end. Go to the piano roll for it. Go to that little section you recorded. Then stretch that note all the way to the end. So after that, go back. And I usually like to duplicate anything I'm sampling just in case so I can go back. So copy, paste, and then just mute it so you can have it in the background just in case. So once you have the entire song in the piano roll, just merge it. And this makes the entire song an audio file. So it looks like it's about 49 bars. And then once it's an audio file right here, if you already know which section you want to sample, you can just skip to that. But a really good way to get a variety of samples is to just go through the song and just keep listening for sections that don't have any drums in the background, so you can make clean samples out of them. So this section back here is the one I was going to sample. So then when you have this section, or you find the section you want to sample, just that like short little bass, just split it right there, duplicate this audio recorder, and then the section you want to sample, we'll split that, drag it down to the bottom, and then just listen to see if it sounds clean or not, so you know if you have to edit it or chop it a little here and there. So then now you have this separate sample that you want to use. You have it cut out so you can use it later on. So once you have it this technique down and you have a good variety of samples, the next most important and definitely most tedious part is to just start arranging it so that it sounds really different from the original. Because doing it like this, part of me feels like it's kind of stealing the basses or whatever, but I figure if it's sampling and you're using it so that's not basically just like a carbon copy of the original, then it's pretty much using it on your own. So you take the section that you want to sample and then just arrange it whatever way you want. So just to show you that really quick. We'll do that. Put this back here. And then what we'll do is just start rearranging it. So this was the original right here. And then after rearranging it, you can hear that that hat in the background. The way I got rid of this is to so I'll duplicate this. So right there you can hear the hat. Because this is in 140, it pretty much blends in. But other ones that I'm working now, it doesn't sound good when you have this. So this is the technique that I was using. There's several ways you can do this really, but one, you can just edit it to the part where it doesn't have the hat. So that's, I'll show you. And you can still hear it. So what I did to get rid of this for all the other samples I used is I take this, I'll make it like that long, copy it, drag this over, paste it, then reverse it, We'll try here. So hopefully that doesn't seem like it'll... You can still kind of hear it. I'll try reversing it again, or just stretching this out. Make that right there. Copy this. Paste this. Reverse this again, or unreverse it. And then we'll drag. We'll try that. So now, hopefully, it'll sound better. Yeah, so, and these little pops, they usually blend in when you have the drum beat and everything else, but that's just to show you how to clean up the sample. And also how to, arrange and rearrange and all that. Because a lot of, like, the samples I use to, some of them are the same, I just reverse them like this. So we'll copy this just to show you again. It's really complicated, so to change it up like this, I'll have to unreverse this part. Actually, I'll drag this right here. We'll try that. So that's just to demonstrate it. So basically, just look for a song on SoundCloud, or preferably several songs that are really simple, and listen for parts that don't have drums, but just the bass by itself. You sample those, chop them up like this right here, and then just rearrange them. So, just as an example, this is one that I'm working on right now. And most of these right here, most of those are actually individual samples from separate songs. So, using the same technique that I just showed, this is another one that I'm working on using that same technique. So it's just a matter of arranging, rearranging, to help you start to build the pattern. What I've been doing is, because arranging is the most important part for the time being, I've just been using one of the automatic drummers so that you have a basic drum beat to build off of. The one I've been using is Dez, and then to get the super simple sound, move this one up here slightly towards the top left corner, and usually like all these here, those will all be on. Just turn them off and just keep the basics. So kick, snare, clap, hats, turn the fills all the way down, and then make these pretty low. So this one sounds like this. So yeah, that's pretty much it.